invitation for my podcast. I remember that my concept is to get to know inspiring people because I think it's important to support each other and to meet people we admire. So thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. I'm more than happy to be here. I'm happy to obviously be a part of the podcast and get my side across that can possibly help others striving on their journey into business or into life, becoming happy.
Thank you so much. So can we start by getting to know about your background, where you've been growing up, your education?
Yep, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I come from a place in Scotland. The upbringing, the way I look at it is you don't get to choose the cards you're dealt. A bit like my life, I never chose the cards I was dealt. It wasn't the best of upbringings or environments I was surrounded in, but I chose how to play. And because of the determination and the resilience that I had, I strived for more. I wanted to get away from my situation and my environment. So that's what I done. When I was 15, 9 months, I went to the army. I was then kicked out of the army. I was too young in the head to be there. I got a charge from the police when I went home and leave one day. But it helped me getting that charge. I don't regret what I'd done. It put me in a crossroad where I could decide I can continue down this road like everybody else, blame my environment, blame my childhood trauma and do bad, or I can use all that negativity and fuel to do good. And that's what I've done. So I came out of the army, dealt with what I was dealing with at the time through the conviction, and I strived to get a career. So I went on to the railway infrastructure, doing track maintenance on the railway lines. And from there, I decided I'm going to do rope access, which was another sector in the industry I was currently working in. So rope access is an access point. You abseil down buildings like Spider-Man, swing about in a rope. But I seen a gap in the market, and I realised that if I hit this early, I could take over a bit within business. So I set up a business and I just ran with 2 feet. Never had a clue what I was doing. I never knew how to invoice, never knew how to do emails correctly, the proper layout or format. I just knew how to get the work in and get it delivered, and that's what I'd done. So in the first job I had for the company, we'd had a contract for a Mercure hotel in Cardiff, which is Wales. It was maybe a 12-man job. I'd done that myself with one other. I slept in the car for 60 days because it was a lot to fund. So I slept there for 60 days, got the job done. But off the back of that job, we actually secured, due to the standard, another 80 hotels on contract. But from then to now, we've managed to get established in 15 locations worldwide in multiple sectors. So we perform services within the oil and gas sector for BP, renewable energy for Siemens and companies like Vestas. We're in the railway infrastructure, hotels and high-rise properties, and that's across the full UK and 15 locations worldwide, including Belgium. So we've also got a training entity, which is a separate business, which performs training for skills and education for people looking to come into the industry or upskill their current qualifications. Now, it's a perfect end-to-end facility from training to actually working in the industry, because you can take people that don't have opportunities, that don't have that get up and go or options. So people that are from the estate, like from the street, they don't get provided these opportunities. They're just told, right, school, education, job. But if you're failing at any one of the points, then what do? You're just left. Whereas if you can get other areas, avenues for a career, like you don't get criminal convictions to work offshore in oil and gas. There's no background checks to come and do these courses. So regardless your past, you can come in and secure a good future. And it doesn't matter about your current situation, doesn't matter about what MD's telling you or any hardship or trauma you've went through. Sure. If you believe in yourself and you want to do better, then there's options there for you. And I suppose I'm here just to guide you into that place. I'll give you all the tools. It's up to you to work. And that's why I've based it like this. There was a few companies at first, but obviously when you start a business, you don't have all the knowledge, the experience, or the tools. So as we got bigger, I went through a structural clean-up, which came into fruition last year, and we basically merged so many of the companies into one roof and basically set up the holding company with the infrastructure and the training. Now, some people had looked at it at first and went, oh, he's dissolved companies. There was no dissolution in it. It was basically a structural clean-up to come in and look better and more attractive to potential buyers. So that's where it kind of started. Education, I've not got any education. I done maths and English when I went to the army and I failed. And one of the corporals, he just signed it off for us. So I got English and maths through that. My future in education, I've just signed up to an open university, which I need to do some other courses to hit the benchmark to get into it. And that's for commercial law. So I've got an understanding of the contracts and commercial side of business law instead of just relying on a solicitor. I like to kind of be in front. Forewarned is forearmed. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So I want to always be in front. And on top of that, I'm trying to learn a bit of Dutch and a bit of French at the minute. It's not going well with my accent, but I'm getting there.
So you have some notion of Dutch and French, you said?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Can I just ask for hearing this?
No, not yet. I need to nail it down first. My accent doesn't help the situation. It's so much harder to pronounce.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm used to speaking slang, which isn't full English either.
Okay.
So me living in England, I've got a lot of barriers there as well because of my accent, but I never change as what it is.
Are you taking some Dutch and French lessons or just learning on your own?
So I started with Duolingo and now I have a tutor. I think it's an hour a week, just due to my time and things, is trying to squeeze it in. But by the time I get there, I've forgotten everything that I've done the last week.
Okay.
Like my phone, I go through 300 missed calls, 700 odd messages, 5,000 odd emails, 200 odd WhatsApps.
Okay, I understand.
So the time frame for me to try and squeeze things in and remember, it's hard.
That's true. Okay, so I believe that you are able to master French or Dutch. I believe in you. There's just a detail.
I'll get there. Just take me time.
If I can advise you to maybe sometime watch series or even just listen to music.
Yeah.
You'll have like some word that you are recurrent. So
that's what the tutor said as well. Listen to the music and the language you're learning, and put your TV onto that language and put English subtitles. So everything takes time, but I'll definitely do it. When I set out to do something, I always do it. So I never lose. I always win.
Okay. So you talked about your education and your school path. I mean, you said that in English and math, it was a failure for you.
Yeah. I never had any education. When I first went to school, I ended up getting kicked out because they couldn't deal with me. I suffer with manic bipolar. I've got emotional unstable personality disorder.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Don't know what personality you're meeting, but you're meeting one of them. But I've been unmedicated for the past 14 months. Obviously, for me, it's a return prescription. So I'm basically getting a prescription for medication that's just curing. It's not curing, it's keeping everything at bay. I'm exactly who I'm at. It doesn't matter if you're my best friend or my worst enemy, they'll always say the same. The way you meet me is the way I'll always be. I never change. I'm exactly what it says in the label, and that's it. I have good days, I have bad days, ups and downs, like everybody. Mine are just a bit more frequently, but it's how you be aware of your situation, your surroundings, and you'll be in control. And to be in control of anything, you just need to let go of what you're not in control of and focus on what you are in control of. And then everything goes a bit more easier.
Okay, that's really inspiring because you are saying this without any problem. So I think it's a good thing to assume who we are, definitely, as you say, and to be entire with your qualities, your deficits, and that's made you authentic.
100%.
I noticed this in people who succeeds most of the time. They have this common aspect of either autistic or either bipolar disorder or so on. So I think that's good that you talk about this.
You need to, because a lot of people are unaware of situations and they don't get as much help as what a lot of people say men don't get help, but men and women, we're all human regardless race, religion, or what you identify as, none of that matters. We're all the same, with all the same struggles, and we all have the same setbacks and the lack of support. Nothing's wrong with mental health. Like, as I said, I've got manic bipolar, so I'm up and down like a yo-yo, but it benefits me because it's the strength and fuel I need to push forward sometimes. The emotional unstable personality disorder, that when I get diagnosed with that, it flung me a bit, because it's like the tendencies and the effects, and they don't really, they're quite bad labels. But then when you get labelled with something like that, you can't just look at it as going, oh, there's something wrong with me here, like, I'm 10 steps back. You're you. It doesn't matter what anybody else's opinion is, their mind won't go as far as your mind. Take yourself for who you are, believe in yourself, and who cares what anybody's got to say? If they hate you, they probably hate themselves. So what does it matter? You'll be your number one biggest fan at all times. If you can see it, you've created it. If you create it, believe in it. So I don't care what anybody's got to say. I don't care about anybody's opinion of me, or anybody thinks I'll no go as far as what their mind can go. I've already passed that.
I think this mindset helps you to achieve what you have done, actually. And to know this, I would like to know, how did you get to this post of entrepreneur? Which challenges you've been through exactly? Because you mentioned previously you were working, in Cardiff in a hotel.
Yeah. So that was my first contract with the business.
Yeah.
We performed that. With the Entrepreneur, with the Business Awards and things, I never realised how good the business was actually doing in relation to the growth.
Okay.
So I was actually in a high growth turnover, which I never really understood at the time. And I was taken on a premises for the training centre. In Business Magazine, we're at an event with the estate agent I was dealing with at one of the yacht shows. And they get talking, and my name get put forward. From the back of that, I had a phone call with Business Magazine.
Okay.
They'd looked into me a bit more. They were telling me, like, you've actually done really well here. I was #1 on the fastest growing company in the South. I was up for Entrepreneur of the Year alongside another 5 or 6 different awards. And that happened every year. But the more I went to the awards, the bigger my network got. I wouldn't say the business got bigger, but the network got bigger, which then allowed me to then invest into professional teams. So for me, that was good, because I could bubble wrap myself. I was going into meetings with international clients, and my solicitors had solicitors from their country on the call, same with accountants, and they were navigating everything for me. And I was just sitting there as if I was on one of the episodes of Suits. It was insane. Like, I'd never understood business on that side before. So I think that's when the entrepreneurship started coming in. But for me, I'm just doing what I've set out to do. Like, I never looked at it as, I'm self-made, I'm self-sufficient, the business is too cool. I never looked at it like that. For me, it was just about helping the next person along. Like, if I can get one person or 100 people and put them into work, I've done a good job. So because of the connection there, I managed to get in with the prison system. Eva Hamilton, MBE, who's a friend of King Charles, owns a charity called Key for Life. Their support and action within the prison systems and communities is unbelievable. So I started getting involved with them. They're going to be piloting a training venture where we'll take some of the current offenders, they'll come out of prison, they'll come into training, education, do a few other courses like wealth management, how to manage their money from their salaries, how to deal with rehab, and then we'll put them into work. So from the end-to-end service, they've come in, they've had a mistake, they've hit that speed bump in life, and they've got themselves out of trouble. That doesn't mean life's over. You can come back out, you can get skilled, get educated, and get into work, have a good, long-lasting career that you can be proud of. As long as you're willing to work, the tools are there for you to go forward. So for me, my end goal is philanthropy. So I want to be one of the biggest and most recognised philanthropists in the UK and Europe within the next 10 years. A philanthropist, for people who don't know, is somebody that gifts their wealth away, that helps disadvantaged backgrounds and children and charities, but 100% goes to the cause. So you're not actually taking, you're just gifting away. And that's what I want to do with the end process of wealth at my next stage of life, is to help as many people as possible. I'm heavily involved with local communities. My friend, who was councillor at the time, is now the Mayor of Gosport, Kirsten Bradley. I've got a fantastic relation with the Mayor. We hosted an event not long ago, and I actually spoke more openly about my story as well. So I've got quite a hard story from my childhood. I went through quite a serious traumatic event through childhood abuse, and I would say one of the most unspeakable forms of abuse from a parent. But regardless, I've went through, regardless the things I deal with or the lack of sleep, none of it matters. I've still pushed forward because I know if I give up now, then everything I've been promoting, everything I'm projecting, all the help I'm trying to give, how can they believe in me if I'm the one quitting? So I've got no option but to continually move forward, continually grow and be that best possible version I can, because I'm letting everybody else down if I don't. And that's where my drive comes from, being able to know that there's somebody along the way that's been helped from it. But no matter how good you get, there's always badness there. So I went a lot of work in an area that I was actually from in Scotland. We went down, we tried to help out a lot of local communities, but you can never go back the way because people won't like it. So I ended up with a hit piece against me I was branded to be a scammer, dissolver of companies. There's a few different things.
It's part of jealousy. I mean,
Yeah, definitely, because when you look at the facts of it, there was no dissolving of companies. It was a structural clean-up, as I discussed at the start of this. With the scamming, I didn't understand that part because they'd actually tried to extort not just myself, but members of the company. Mm-hmm. Then they'd blow assets up and things. So for me, it was just one of the things, no matter how far you go in life, there'll be somebody there trying to tear you down. Whether it was the fact that we come into the area, we produced all this work, and they weren't getting a piece of the pie, so to speak. But these things, I'll not bow down to MD. I'm from that environment. Just because I've got to a nicer place doesn't mean I'm not that person anymore. My intentions are pure, and my heart's never wrong. It's always in the right place. So I'm not really bothered what MD's got to say. They can write whatever they want, just get my good side.
And as you say, if you're pure and your intention are as well,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter if those people from your originally background are trying to struggle you, because you know your worth. And I think it's a reverse from, success to face this. And sometimes it can be struggling to get back to this environment.
Yeah. But it's good. You need things like this to happen, because if you want to go to the next stage of your journey, regardless what it is, it can be business, it can just be life, you have to separate and cut things off. Yeah. So at that time, I had a lot going on. I had obviously them trying to extort my staff, extort me. I had my car blown up. I had my ex-partner had took everything from my dog a lot. I had a shareholder dispute where someone was basically taking as much as possible. I just had that many people that was supposed to be there take. So for me, it was brilliant. Yeah, but it was brilliant for me because they were all dead ends. It's like when a tree grows and then you get to the leaves falling off. Mm-hmm. Some leaf stay on the tree. They're just clinging on. But when there's a big wind, they blow away. And that's basically what happened. The creator, or whatever you look at, the higher powers, has basically seen my next stage of journey and cleared my feet. And at the time I was like, fuck, this is all going wrong. Could it get any worse? And then
it's kind of blessing.
Well, that's it. Like, now we've secured £72 million worth of work and that's just from one client. So by the end of this year, from what happened to me securing nearly £87 million worth of work, there's blessings there. I've been safeguarded from a higher power. So with me, it showed me who was true and who wasn't. My circle's always been small. It's just a bit smaller now, right enough. But I'm happy for that. I don't need to deal with a lot of this shit. I don't need to act or watch who's round about me, because I know who's true and who's not. And with me, like, if MD did believe it, then that's good for them. Like, I'm exactly who I am. I've been the same since I entered to the same as what I am now. I never changed for MD. It's too much effort to keep up, try to be somebody else. I'd rather just be me, nice and chilled, and do my travel each week, go where I want to go, live my life, and that's it. Maybe settle and find somebody and have a family. That's all I really care about. I'm not really fussed about much in life.
Yeah, a family is a target when you're in success because it gave you like a comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, to clear all bad energies and people who are struggling you, and that's really our wish to you because you're a good person.
It's your escape. It's like you've got enough to deal with. So when you come into that family life, like that's your peace time. That's your chill time. Like,
Sure.
and I've craved it for years to just settle and have a family, but it's getting the right person as well. You've got the fears of being taken or things not working out or the intentions not being pure on the other side as well. So for me, like, I've been single for a while, no intentions, well, I've not had any intention in dating. I went on one date with somebody in Brussels and I got ghosted the next day. So for me, it was, you put all that time and effort in for what? Like, I'm good on my own. I'm self-sufficient. I can cook, I can clean, I can compliment myself, I'm funny. So what else do I need? But in time, it would be good.
Okay, nice. And can you explain to my audience precisely in Belgium your activity to really understand your posts, what you do exactly, your team, the people behind you that you lead, just for people mind and my audience to be clear?
Yeah. So the main company is a rope access company. So instead of using towers to perform work on the outside the buildings, we abseil down. Now this company has got works in 15 locations worldwide.